What's up? My name is Summer. Thank you so much for joining me for another summer session. I'm about to get into this energy, so if you're curious what might be going on, stick around. We're about to get into it. And I just wanted to say, like, if you're here, that is not by coincidence. I only have like 37 subscribers, so really not a lot. So if this is landing in your algorithm, there has to be a message in here for you. You must just be matching to the frequency that I'm reading today. So yeah, let's get into this and see what archetype you're in with a Citadel card. You know, sometimes you see things, but it's not always the first card. So you, whoa, mess, hold on. So you kind of got to just feel it out with tarot. There we go. I feel like that's it. Attention to detail, pride. All right, I've gotten this card quite a few times, but I'm going to read the prompt and get a more detailed answers than just that. Your dedication to your passions has served you well, and you're finally starting to reap the benefits of your hard work. Allow yourself to stop and take pride in what you've done rather than throwing yourself head first at the next thing. It's important to acknowledge your achievements in order to understand the depths of your own abilities. Wow, I really feel like this is more about the internal work that you've been doing, more about like how far you've come in maybe your journey of healing from past wounds or moving on from certain things that have happened in your life and working towards a better future. And I feel like right now, maybe you're in a mode where you just came out of a really crazy experience, you know, emotionally, and you're seeing how much you've grown in the past maybe few years. So yeah, that's what's coming through right now. So if you're feeling this way, maybe you need to stop and just really celebrate and admire how far you've come and not just rush into the next thing you need to work on or the next challenge. Or, you know, it's important to celebrate your wins when they come because you never know what could happen tomorrow. So you got to really be in the moment and celebrate those highs, right? So yeah, let's dive into this energy and see how this is resonating with some traditional tarot. If you don't care about the cards coming out, you're welcome to skip ahead. Wow, okay. Just want to say I just did a like really deep shuffling of these cards, so anything that comes out is not by coincidence. Those two cards to start with, this is going to be a powerful one for sure. And let me move these down already. I'm always going off the frame. Wow. Wow, what the frick? Oh my goodness. And the Emperor right there. Man, this is kind of messy. I feel like that's definitely going to be part of the message. Oh my God. Wow, the way these cards are coming out is wild. What? Oh my gosh, we're ending on the Empress. All right, let's get into this. So as I'm sitting here, you know, staring at these cards, trying to, you know, decipher the message with us starting at the World card, I really feel like this is a major transition for you. I feel like you are getting a brand new lease on life, I'm hearing, and entering just a completely different energy than what you've been accustomed to this far. And this is happening because you have finally landed on the truth of a situation. So this being the Page of Cups next, I'm feeling like this is whatever has been bringing up some emotion as of recently. There's something here that you are transforming into something else. And when I say that, it looks like this has been something that has kept you tied up and confused for a very long time. With her having the blindfold on and these, you know, wrappings around her body, I'm feeling like this is something that has been paralyzing you mentally and physically, something that hasn't allowed you to move on from past wounds in your life and has kept you stuck in a cycle. The thing is, though, is that only you truly have the power to get yourself out of this. And I feel like it's been a tough nut to crack, which is like sometimes the sayings that come through in my readings are so funny because like I do not say these things in real life. But anyways, this has been a real puzzle for you, and one that you have been very dedicated to figuring out, though. And I feel like you have finally landed on some major success within this situation. You have landed on the truth that helps you move on. You are finding closure, but nobody's giving you this closure except for you. This is something that you have had to kind of go on a solo journey, and maybe people have, you know, given you insight and you've had like, you know, a little bit of help on the way. You've been doing the major work here because this has been your problem to deal with. You know, even though it's maybe been caused by someone else, sometimes we can't rely on people to give us closure because they're just not capable of it, you know, and that's an emotional problem of their own that they have to deal with. But unfortunately, that affects you. But what are you going to do? You can't just sit and blame them for the rest of your life. You got to get up and do something. And it looks like you've done that. And this has been a major accomplishment because you had a serious conversation, it looks like, where you accurately and effectively expressed your emotions towards the situation and said, hey, this is not working for me. This has really been upsetting me. And, you know, this could have been just a conversation with yourself too, if you didn't talk to someone physically, but maybe you had to just speak for yourself and say, you know what, I'm not going to choose to see this as some, you know, tragedy in my life. I am going to actively transform this, and I know exactly what to do and how to do that. And so you locked in. And with this being both women here, the queens, I'm really feeling like this is relevant to your feminine side. I feel like you've had to do some healing there. And, you know, whether you're a man or a woman or gender fluid, you know, this is really saying that we all have feminine and masculine sides to us. So whatever this means to you, whatever your femininity expresses itself through, this is healing that. And this is saying that you are actively growing and constantly trying to get yourself to your highest growth. And with that kind of dedication comes a lot of reward because you are doing this out of the pureness of your heart, out of wanting to just be a better person and wanting the right thing. You are going to land there eventually, even if it takes a bunch of missteps. I don't know who needed to hear that, but basically you are reframing this scene in your mind and changing it into something different. And you're saying, I do not deserve this type of energy in my life anymore, so I'm going to do something about it. And it looks like you really took a step back from everything and zoomed out and said, I am going to move on from this. I am choosing to heal and find my peace with this situation because I deserve that. I deserve to have the inner peace. I don't deserve to have this turmoil residing in my heart anymore, or all of these painful memories in my brain constantly. I want to move on. I want to create something new from this. And dude, you stepped into the magician and said, oh shit, I know exactly what I need to do now. I know how to set a strong boundary in order to become my highest self and find peace. This card is all about harmony. So it's interesting that in order to heal your feminine, you're using your masculine. And I just find that really interesting, like that idea that, you know, it's not just women that are healers, men are healers too. And we all just do it in different ways. So you're finding your way of navigating this and utilizing your strength in order to get to peace, in order to remember who the fuck you are and not allow this pain to weigh you down anymore. I just feel this lightness coming from this era that you're stepping into, and this is only the beginning, is what it feels like. And you're going through a major rebirth. This is changing everything for you. Because you're no longer going to be moving with the same frequency. You're going to be moving through this earth a lot differently. And the way that you hold yourself together and the energy that you emanate is going to bring in completely different experiences for you, and ones that feel more authentic, because this is the most you've ever been. And right now it might be a little difficult because you're actively trying to move out of this and figure out what you do want. But if you just set the intention of, I want to be my most balanced, harmonic self, I want to do what feels best to my soul and my, heart, that's all you need. Like, setting that pure of an intention and being aware in every moment will help you get there. And when I say being aware in every moment, I mean being in the present will help you actively see the choices that you can make to take you to these higher experiences, these more authentic moments. And once you step into this and you start really taking accountability for every decision you make, even what you eat for breakfast, what you do with your time off, all of these things add up over time. And I think because those moments can be kind of fleeting, we don't see them as much of an importance as they actually are. Your daily routine is happening every day. Like, that adds up over your life. So I feel like people really need to be more conscious with what we're doing with our day, like recognizing how much time we're on our phone, catching ourselves in those moments, because if you don't think about it, you never change. You don't think, oh, maybe I should do this instead of this and see what outcome that brings. It's like really time to shake up how you view things and how you move. But yeah, this type of transformation is something that you won't regret stepping into. And I feel like if you're here, you're already feeling some of this. But when it says to really be in the moment and appreciate and celebrate your wins, they mean that. Because even getting to the place you have mentally, although it may not be necessarily expressed physically yet, being at this point that you've gotten to is really an achievement. And it's interesting because I've never noticed this checker pattern here. And I have been seeing checkered flags as some of my sign. Honestly, checkerboard in general. And I really feel like this is saying that, like, when you win the NASCAR race or whatever, isn't it the checker flag? Dang, I need to look that up. But I just feel like this sense of accomplishment and also the sense of strategy, like this really took a lot of effort, because I'm imagining like chess or checkers. It's like saying that you've done a lot of mental work to get to this point. So really just appreciate that, because the mental work is just as hard as the physical work, because not everybody has the patience to sit with themselves and feel these things and, really be there and be aware. So take a step back and really look at all that you've healed within you and who you become on this journey. All right, let's get some confirmational messages. Wow, and I just completely forgot. We actually, when I split the deck at the end, the Ace of Swords and the Tower. So allow this tower to fall. If things are falling apart, let them. And just be as honest as you can with yourself and with others. And not in a harmful way, but in a way that just makes sure that you're respecting everyone. Respecting yourself, but also respecting them. And if they want to project their bullshit onto you, it's saying, actually, I don't need to deal with that. That's not mine to hold on to. And it's as simple as that. So, man, Temperance too. Yeah, it's funny because Temperance was like that. But I was like, nah. And then oh my God. And the King of Swords, that's crazy. See, accidents, happy accidents, bro. Just like Bob Ross said. Yeah, you've been healing a lot. All right, let's get some confirmational messages from the Good Tarot. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. This fell on the floor. It's the Queen of Swords and the fucking High Priestess. Sorry. Oh, this is a mess. And I was speaking about that earlier. Like, this might feel messy and chaotic and crazy, but all I see right now is the Hierophant, and it's really just about trusting that you can keep your calm in the chaos. And I'm just seeing this as like the eye of the storm, and you're just in it and you're watching all these things, but you understand the order that lies beneath the chaos. The Hangman. Oh my God, this is so chaotic. But it's about letting go in those chaotic moments. Like with the, let the tower fall. Let this shit happen. The Hermit. And Call at the bottom, of course. I believe these are the same freaking card. I've never really put that together, that Call. Oh my God, and the World card underneath. What the fuck? I've never put it together that Call was the Judgment card. And you're probably like, are you dumb, bitch? But sometimes shit like that happens to me where I'm like, why did I... It's like such an obvious thing, but man, this is actually crazy. Okay, anyways. Don't judge me for that. Get it? Judgment? Okay, anyways. All right, let's see what Page of Fire is all about. I believe that's a Page of Wands in here. Enthusiastic action, adventurousness, venturing forth, beginning a project, acting on a new idea. I am free to venture forth, and for creating a life true to my desire is my right. I am finding my purpose as I take the first step into something new. My ideas have value. I dream boldly. This feels like you're taking your power back. You know, with the Queen of Wands as well, it's like you've reached a level, whoa, and dressed in red too. And I believe... this is like, yeah, it's a red string. You know, red string theory. You're letting go of somebody's hold on you. You're letting go of somebody's energy that you have not been able to cut the string. If you know red string theory, look that up if you don't know what it is, but you are letting go of somebody's control. Maybe somebody has had a puppet string on you and you didn't even realize. Somebody had more of an influence in your life than you thought, but you are actively realizing and letting go of that influence or that control or whatever it is in your life. You know, there's something that you're moving on from and starting fresh on. This is a brand new way of being that you have never experienced. The High Priestess. Some things are not meant to be known intellectually, but are meant to be experienced through intuition. This card reminds me to trust that I have access to higher wisdom and knowing when I tune in and trust my vibes. This is the time when mysteries will be revealed and I can grow as a result. Yeah, you are figuring shit out. But sometimes it doesn't make sense until you go through something physically. I don't know. I'm just noticing the wings here as well. I've never noticed that wings were in the background there. There's a lot of things that I'm noticing that may have been like right in front of your face this whole time, but you just never really pieced it together. But that's because it wasn't time yet. It's been waiting for this perfect moment to reveal itself, and you are figuring it out. You are paying attention to the signs you are seeing, and that's why you're here in this reading. This is your confirmation. All right, Hanged Man. So this is really about changing your perception, switching your perspective, and understanding something, but in a different light. You're seeing the other side of things. And I feel like it's when you finally jump from like 2D way of being, like just flat, not seeing the dimension, and then moving to 3D and how big of a jump that is. You're like entering a new dimension right now in your, you know, mental capacity. So yeah, this is all because of how patient and calm you've been within yourself. Like that calm within the storm, you know, you've been able to respect people's way of being, but also say, hey, that might not be right for me. And I can't, you know, have that in my life right now. There's these pearls of wisdom that you've been finding, you know, in your experience that have been helping you along the way. And to get the Queen of Swords, again, this I feel like is the main card that spoke to me during this reading. You know, just using your wisdom with the owl here, and again with the freaking wings. You know, I knew she had wings, but it's just all over, and I feel like you've broken out of your shell. It's like a bird being hatched, you know, and after incubation, after, you know, time and care and warmth and just, you know, all the things that happen when an egg is being prepared to be hatched. So yeah, you've really broken out of your shell, but come out with so much wisdom and growth, and you're able to just communicate and express yourself in a completely different way. And yeah, this is a huge rebirth and a call to fall in love with your life, and enjoy how far you've come and enjoy this new day that you've been given. I don't know. This is feeling like the ending meeting the beginning right now. And with Hermit, it's all because you went within and you recognized all of the things that had been needing to be healed, but you didn't have the right mindset yet. It just, you know, you've been waiting for this time. It's just, now's the time. I don't know. That's just what I keep seeing. So yeah, with the World card, it's things don't look the same. Like there has been something that has been unlocked. It's like you've unlocked a new world, and new world has actually been a sign of mine as well. Now that I think about it, I've been seeing it everywhere. So yeah, this is a lot of balance, and it took a lot of strength, but you did it. I don't know. This is a serious, like, wow, I heard welcoming home. But I was thinking like coming back to yourself. This is, oh my God, I don't even know. So much is coming through. It's kind of hard to focus on this one. And I think that's why it's so chaotic on the table too. Hold your vision. Wow, you have been holding this vision for a while. And it's finally coming to fruition. But maybe it's time to like tie up some loose ends, make some last minute details. You and your loved ones are safe. Everything is good. Like, you've done the right thing. Your commitment is being tested. Wow, you notice this purple color, like this blue purple that's coming through? And it's interesting because that's the color of my candle as well. Confidence is your key to success. This is not a time to doubt yourself or think that, you know, oh, I'm just a piece of shit. I just don't deserve anything. Like, this is not the time to have a pity party. This is the time to think, wow, I have overcome a lot. I am so proud of myself, and I can't wait to see what happens next. And just hold your head up high. One more of these. Look at the bigger picture. If you're still struggling, you might need to zoom out. Yeah, don't let pride get in your way. It's like the yin and yang. Pride and confidence are very different. All right, let's get some closing out guidance messages. Respect your physical body. Okay, so maybe you need to do some exercise to kind of bring yourself into the now. Maybe that now that you've gone through this major, you know, mental growing stage, it's time to be in the physical, and it's time to actually see the results of your labor. It says detox, rejuvenate, relax. So don't go out doing a bunch. You know, I'm not saying like exercise vigorously and, you know, be super disciplined. This is saying you need to kind of like be maybe you just need to stop working so hard. I think you need a break, you know. Interesting. I just realized this card says pride too, so it's like be careful of having too much pride and overworking yourself and getting burnt out. It's a possibility. Go after your goals. Maybe you need a recentering to figure out what exactly you want. It says persist. Yeah, don't get discouraged right now. It's time to continue advancing and hold your vision to what you've been working on all these years. Like, now is not the time to let something derail you and send you off the tracks. It's time to really lock in and make sure that if something's got you bugging, you better recenter and get yourself together, because you don't want all this hard work to go to waste because you decided to self-sabotage. And my goodness, enjoy new beginnings. It's time to start fresh. You have conquered so much. Celebrate, socialize, change. Damn. Man, I think that's all I got. Whoa. And then spirit cards flipped up on the bottom of the deck. That's correct. Or on the top, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Bottom is top, top is bottom. Whatever. Spirit guides, insight, guidance, purpose. They have been with you every step of the way. Say thank you to them. Keep not acknowledging them and seeing the signs that they're trying to give you, that you are doing the right thing. You are on the right path. It's just sometimes you face heavy shit. Even if you're in the right spot at the right time, something heavy, it's just natural. We have gravity on this earth. It's part of our physics, you know? So anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope this was helpful for you on your journey this far. And if you're interested in more content from me, please check out my Patreon or send an inquiry for a personal private reading. All of that is in the description box below. Leave a comment. Let me know how this resonated for you, and I'll catch you tomorrow. See ya. Bye.